Hello, everybody. So this week, this will be a very brief explanation of what to do or what's going on during this week with our class project. So this week, you should be working on data munging, and you should submit the data munging progress report by the Sunday, January 26th. We had learning about data munging in the last week class, in the last week video. So if you haven't seen it, make sure that you see it or you go through at least through the web page and the files so you learn what is it about and do it. For some of you, the data munging might not make much sense. For one thing, some of you, as we already discussed, found some nice already well-prepared data. So in that case, as I mentioned, I mean, you can just go on with it, or you can pay a bit more detail, a bit more attention. I mean, there is always something you can find on the data, and you can change and improve on the data. Or like I said, you can also make your data a little bit worse. You can introduce some noise, some problems into it, and then try to fix it using the methods we discussed about, and to see what the result is and how that might change things. So if you cannot do data munging because your data are too nice and too clean, then think once again, and also don't be shy to break your data a little bit and see the effects. Also, for some other projects, I mean, data munging somehow does not make sense at all. That's fine as well, but then make sure you write it and you give good arguments in your data munging progress report, why you didn't do data munging, why it doesn't make sense, and write what kind of progress you have done throughout this week, what you have worked on. All right. So then the next step after you finish the data munging is data visualization, and that's going to be the learning for today. There is another video on Moodle, which you can go and watch after this, on visualization of the of the data. There are two main reasons, I would say, for using data visualization. So one is for presentation, right? Whenever you will try to present your project, the outcomes of your project to anybody, anywhere, people, unless they are specialists, they are more prone to accept pictures and graphs and animations rather than just raw data. They can make more sense out of it. They can get more connected with stuff. So, being able to present your data in some nice digestible way is very important, because you can make the best project in the world, but if people don't like it because of how you present it, it creates problems, right? It's like with food. I mean, you can cook a very nice and tasty food, but if it's not visually appealing, people will not even try it. And even if they try it, still the visual side makes a lot. Unfortunately, luckily, I don't know, but that's how it is. Another, and for us, another equally important reason why we want to do data visualization, and that's what we're going to talk about in the video, is that for many of your projects, the data visualization may be the last step, basically in trying to understand the data and make some conclusions based on the data. Of course, some of you plan to go on to make some prediction models and so on, but also it's not necessary, if you don't have the time or the skills, finishing with data visualization and then presenting the outcomes, that's fine as well. So the point here is that if you do the different types of visualization for yourself, you might be able to spot the patterns and the mechanisms within the data and support your arguments during your presentation and in your outcome report. So take a look at that, and that's the learning for this week. First, finish the data munging and then move on to visualization. Again, it might not be 100% useful for everybody. Maybe some projects do not really contain this kind of part, but at least take a look at it. Many projects do need this part a lot. That's all. Thank you.